A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again, Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
A blessed good day to you, my wisdom warriors. Wagwan, wagwan. I hope you guys are in good spirit, my people. Me say me have a piece of bangarang for Japan Uno. But before me get in at the bangarang, take a listen to this.
The Akompong Primary School in St. Elizabeth has been fully restored after being extensively damaged during Hurricane Melissa. Alia Bryant has the details.
A beacon of hope in the face of catastrophe. While several houses in Akompong remain damaged, the primary school in the community is ready to accept students when the new term begins. Maroon Chief Richard Corris says the repairs were made possible with the help of donors.
We didn't have the luxury to wait because this also acts as one of our main shelters, right? So we had to move assiduously to bring back normalcy to the space, and thanks to Ms. Carol Picard and her organization, we're able to do this.
The school is now fully equipped with solar panels, another significant improvement which helps the administration contain energy costs.
The solar system offers a 24-hour cycle of generating water, and the excess capacity can actually be used to power 2 buildings.
There's also an atmospheric water generator, which also provides well-needed relief for residents. Chief Corey believes the technology can create long-term water sustainability.
It provides approximately 300 to 350 gallons of water per day, which it harnesses from the atmosphere, so it doesn't need to be connected to a stream or to a spring or anything like that. Right? Essentially, this was brought in for the particular circumstances we're in right now, right, where we have a hurricane that would have impacted our ability to access clean drinking water. And this machine was specifically facilitated to us by one of our Maroons from the diaspora, Miss Chancy Picard, and her foundation, Mia Sarka, to get this equipment here in Akompong.
A senior PNP councillor is taking issue with the way the government is operating post-Hurricane Melissa. The former mayor contends the arbitrary way in which the government is deciding who should distribute supplies or close shelters is in contravention of the law. He wants it stopped and the rules followed. Details in this report.
On November 4, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, was placed under the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM. The Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, explained the move was to establish a single point for emergency logistics and further tighten coordination with relief partners. The move was effected days after Hurricane Melissa slammed into the country. But after observing the arrangement for more than a month, one former mayor and municipal corporation chairman is speaking out. Cian Barneswell feels the arrangement is weakening existing local level structures.
Looking back at what has been happening, I realized that there have been circumvent the roles and function of the mayors or the chairman of the municipal corporation, which also chairs the disaster committees.
Last week, the local government minister, Desmond McKenzie, indicated the Petersfield High School shelter in Westmoreland would be closed at the end of December, with alternative living arrangements to be made for those housed at the facility. For the former mayor, that pronouncement too is problematic.
Based upon the Act the chairman of the disaster committee has the role and responsibility in approving shelters and also closing of shelters. So when he made that pronouncement, what he has done is to circumvent the roles and responsibility of the chairman of the committees. Secondly, distribution of supplies is also the purview of the chairman of the disaster committee.
The situation, Mr. Barneswell argues, extends beyond logistics, emergency coordination, and Hurricane Melissa relief. For him, it is a rule of law matter.
The minister is unilaterally making decisions on behalf of the municipal corporations. So the question I want to ask is the Disaster Risk Management Act, or that which governs the disaster,
is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Greetings. I'm Isaac Buchanan, Member of Parliament and Shadow Spokesperson on Youth and Human Rights. Today, as Jamaica joins the global community in observing International Human Rights Day, we are reminded that dignity, safety, and fundamental freedoms of every Jamaican are not optional ideals. They are constitutional guarantees. This year's observance holds weight as we reflect on the lives lost and livelihoods disrupted by Hurricane Melissa, especially in Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James, Manchester, Trelawney, St. Anne, and our brothers and sisters in the East, Portland, St. Thomas, St. Mary, Kingston and St. Andrew, and all other affected parishes. My thoughts remain with every family who has suffered loss, displacement, or hardship because of this devastating Category 5 hurricane. Their pain speaks to an urgent truth. Natural disasters do not suspend human rights, and moments of crisis demand from the state its highest level of care, responsiveness, and accountability. As Shadow Spokesperson on Human Rights, I remind the government of its constitutional obligation under the Charter of Fundamental Rights and Freedoms to ensure that all Jamaicans, particularly the vulnerable, marginalized, and disaster affected, are treated with fairness, dignity, and equal protection under the law. This includes the right to adequate shelter, clean water, health care, food security, and timely access to relief and recovery support. Recovery cannot be selective, assistance cannot be delayed, and rebuilding cannot ignore the voices of the people most affected. I call on the government to accelerate and expand relief distribution with full transparency. Prioritize the restoration of critical infrastructure in affected communities. Provide clear timelines and accountability for rebuilding commitments. Ensure that no community, family, or individual is left behind during recovery. Uphold all constitutional duties owed to the people of Jamaica without discrimination or political bias. On this day, let us remember the right to life is of paramount importance, acknowledging that police killings cannot be the solution to building a Jamaica where resilience is supported, rights are protected, and every citizen matters. For every life lost is deferred potential. Let us ensure every son and daughter of Jamaica become the best versions of themselves. Blessings.
At pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at Jamaica PNP.
Good morning, my family in Christ. Good morning to all of you. You know, I want to give a serious warning to Montego Bay, Moby, Montego Bay. God, I go visit Montego Bay. And it is so sad to say, but the reality of it is, God, I go visit Montego Bay. You know, when the Lord show me something, right? You know, when He start on the country, them happen. City, Montego Bay. I see something looking like an arcade, looking like a plaza arcade, though. And it seemed like it was shaking, and it looked like it come with all fire. Calamity and destruction is coming to Montego Bay. destruction and calamity. When I saw this massive thing take place in a Montego Bay, it's like I was in the middle of Mobay. I one time I got Montego Bay from a band. One time. Never go back again. But I saw a massive destruction eating Mobay. In the vision, I wake up in the morning about 6 in the morning. Out of the vision. In the vision, I said, where is this place? And I say, I'm Mobay here now. I'm Mobay this here. I'm Montego Bay this here. And I say, like, building a come down. I remember seeing this raw building in a paint. It come like a building makeup, but you know finish makeup yet, but a massive old place. I mean, I remember seeing that part as well. Coming down. And screaming at people that scream. Because people was inside. I'm going to take my phone and say, let me video on TikTok and show the people what's going on. And I take my phone out and put it on TikTok. But me I run because I remember there was fire. Even though they were shaking, there were fire. And a lot of people are run up and down. And me I run with the phone on my hand. And I talk to people in my life. Sorry. And show them the calamity and the destruction that take place in a Montego Bay. Montego Bay, disaster, calamity, destruction are come from Montego Bay. Our islanders get so evil. And every day people just say, I know Jamaica alone evil. Let me talk about my island. Because no matter what God do, no matter what God come with, we will still refuse to listen. We will still refuse to turn. Instead, we will turn and listen. We will cuss out the messenger them. And Christian who claim to be Christian, join it uno and uno curse out the church. And this is the saddest part about it. Remember this. A prophet back in the days don't bring blessing message so easily. Hardly. You hear them say the Lord is going to bless you and give you this and give you that. Then warn you after judgment coming. And the judgment are going to come. And if you obey the Lord and walk in his statutes and his judgment and his commandment, you'll have long days and at that time you get the blessing. You understand? A prophet back then speak the mind of God, and it's still going on today. What God is about to do, he said, I will show it unto my servant. I am telling you, me no me van again, maybe I work. And me a share with Jamaica. God, I got turn up in a Montego Bay. And that is where we have the statue of the mermaid. A lot of witchcraft take place in other places, you know. And we choose to put up a mermaid, a river maid, water spirit down a Montego Bay. Graven image. Hey God. graven image in a God's eye from the ocean. That's why we got so much things going on in our country. And guess what? It is okay for the dancehall artists to come out and sing any song they want to sing and diss up woman, diss up the church, diss up people, and get away with it. But the church must not have a voice. And that is the saddest part of it. A lot of you, I see how many of you cuss me out. I just smile. Because God will go visit you one by one. One by one. And me alone on the cuss out. A lot of other prophet and prophetess on the cuss out. Because of rebelliousness. And they give it a joy in our heart. And you feel satisfied. But can I tell you this morning that time is coming, and will remember the day when God sent the warning. Will remember the day when was born. Going to remember the day when God sent the message. Going to remember the day when the Lord said, thus said the Lord. Going to remember. You're going to remember the day when the prophet did speak, and the prophetess did speak, and the pastor did tell you. You're going to remember that day. Many of your time is coming. Your time will come. And bear this in mind. It's not the nation that go to hell with you. The nation can't stand before God for you. And you are going to stand before God. Always remember this. Jamaica need to repent. Don't tell me about other place. Not about where me come from. Because we are God-fearing people. We are a lot of church we have in Jamaica. Every corner is a church. In our country, every corner we have a little church. People on the street are preach. But the fear of
Andrew Holness and the Maroons.
The compound town in the cockpit country. Me never think so the treaty was signed and that was not allowed in there. It was signed against that, right? No government troops should be in the cockpit country in the Maroons territory. None at all. And me know for certain say me no want nobody for my ancestors them land and for my grandparents them property. Anyway, you see okay here we feel. And you see since as uno bex because we chief say, listen what we chief say. Give us the resources. We can do it ourselves. It is a problem. It is a problem because wait, nowhere else in Jamaica no want no help with the JDF and the armed troops. Them could have got the military and whatever. Could have go assist and go and give we the help. That's what our chief said. Our chief said that and not jump down in throat. Let me tell you something. You see, the troops, the man and woman of the JDF and the JCF, no one drop dead. No one there in the Maroon territory, on the ton pan no one another, nobody no one no thought fire shot pan no one another. No one sick and dead. No one to know a drive coming a job, no car and everything that's a turn over, no that's a metal in an accident and mash up. Everything but no start sick and doctor can't find no complaint. Come in our place.
Andrew
Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. They can tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises them can't carry go shop, and the crime rate getting
edition was brought to you by the People's National.
You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right stand that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.